Oh, I just totally blanked. What is it called? Am I on 6? Yeah. Okay. Like I had no control over it. Like it was just happening. This sounds so ridiculous. Hey guys. So today I'm going to be filming a 20 random facts that you may not know about me, and basically, if you know who Manny MUA or Desi Perkins are, Annie uploaded this video and it was so funny and so hilarious and intrigued me so much that I had to go watch Desi's. And hers was just so entertaining and so funny, and I loved it. I loved getting to know them on that level. I loved just hearing their funny stories, so I figured that my followers would like that too, so I'm going to do that for you guys today. Some of these are a little, like, embarrassing to admit and tell you guys, but like I like to look at them as like growing points in my life and just laugh and move on from them. And like most of these moments when they happened was not funny. I didn't think it was funny, and I never thought it was going to be funny, but it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, okay, that I can laugh at that. So random fact number 1 is I have a phobia of anything going in my ears or Q-tips. If you know me or you went to high school or middle school with me, then you probably know that already. A couple of my like hairdressers have like accidentally like stuck their finger in there, and I've literally like screamed. The story behind that and the reason for it is because when I was about 5 years old, I had 2 Q-tips in my ears, and I literally was like pretending that I was a Teletubby, and those were like my little antennas. And I don't know why my mom didn't think, okay, that's fucking dangerous, like, stop her. But I was just, like, dancing around and stuff, and eventually, you know, as a 5-year-old, I have a 20-second attention span, and I, like, forgot that they were in there, and I laid down on the bed, and the Q-tip just, like, punctured my eardrum, and it hurt so bad. I remember, like, screaming and crying and bleeding. I remember going to the hospital and them being like, oh, you are lucky you're not going to have hearing damage and all that. So that is random fact number 1. I am terrified of anything touching my ears because of that. Random fact number 2 is I cannot eat a bowl of cereal without ice cubes in it. It sounds really weird, and everyone's like, ew, ice and milk? Like, no. But once you start doing it, you kind of can't stop. Like, it makes your milk so cold and the cereal tastes so good that anytime you ever eat cereal without ice, it literally tastes warm. Like, it literally tastes like shit. Like, it is so gross. Like, so I am addicted to eating cereal with my ice cubes. I have to have my ice cubes in my cereal, so if you haven't tried that before, I really highly suggest you try it if you're into trying new things, because it will change your life. Okay, random fact number 3. Some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not know, but I actually moved out when I was 14 years old, and I have lived with pretty much different family members my whole life anyways, but I have been completely 100% bills and everything on my own since I was 14. I haven't had like a rent or mortgage or anything to pay, but car insurance, phone bill, things like that. So just, you know, your normal adulty stuff at the age of 14. I have 2 younger siblings. They share a dad, but I have my own dad. And I have a brother and a sister, and their names are Lily and Johnny. Random fact number 5. Whenever I was 14, well, probably from the time I was like 8 till I was 14, I collected pigs. Like figurines and piggy banks and pens and books and anything and everything that could have a pig face on it, I had it. And I don't know where it started. I just really decided I liked pigs one day and thought they were adorable, and it's still to this day one of my favorite animals. Like, I do think that pigs are so cute, and I wouldn't mind having one, but I haven't collected any since the time I was like, by the time I was like 12 or 13, I was like, okay, this is lame. Like, I have a shit ton of pigs and absolutely nothing to do with them. Like, why am I doing this? So I told everyone, you know, I was like, okay, like, stop getting me pigs, because that's all anyone would get me for, like, my birthday and Christmas, and for, like, it, like, continued for a year after that, and I had to, like, be like, stop, like, no more pigs, I don't like it. And so, I actually found out a couple years later that my great-great-grandmother, who passed away, no, my great-grandmother, I'm sorry. So my great-grandma, she passed away then the same day my mom found out she was pregnant with me. So I never met her, anything like that, and it was just kind of like a weird coincidence. But she collected pigs when she was younger, and I never knew that, like my whole life. No one ever told me because I wasn't really close with my dad's side of the family, and that's my dad's side. But yeah, I just thought that was amazing, you know? Weird, like, pigs aren't in your genes, you know what I mean? But, okay, random fact number 6. My favorite show is How I Met Your Mother. Not much to say there. If you've seen it, you know. And if you haven't, it's a legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. All of them. Watch every single one of them. Okay. Weird fact number 8. Or number 7. I'm so sorry. Number 7. Weird fact number 7. I won't eat Fig Newtons. The little cookies with like the jelly in it or whatever that is. When I was younger, my uncle told me that they were crushed up ants, like Fig Newt ants. And so I, to this day, won't eat them because I feel like I'm eating ants. Like, the consistency is just like ant guts. You can't tell me it's not. So, now, random fact number 8 is that I had an imaginary friend when I was younger. He wasn't like, and he was a guy, but he was this big. Like, I don't know where it came from, I don't know why, I don't know what age I was either when I had this imaginary friend, but I do know that, he was there a lot. Like, anytime we were in the car, he would always be like, he would literally, like, ride the power lines, like, along with our car, like, but he would, like, run, you know? I don't know. It was weird, and, like, every time I would lay in bed, like, right before I'd go to bed, I'd look somewhere in the room, and, like, wherever I thought would be really cool to sleep if I was this big is where I would imagine him, like, sleeping and laying down and going to bed, and I just, like, probably have like a mental disorder or something. I don't think that's normal, but he just disappeared one day, but his name was Ben. So, random fact number 9. This one's embarrassing to admit, and actually no one that went to school with me knows this. But one day in computer class, my freshman year, I had just moved to a new high school. Like, I went there in my elementary years, so I did know a few people, but it was different because in my middle school there was only about 100 students, maybe 80 total, and in the 2 grades, and in this school there was 1,000 between 4 grades. So I was a little overwhelmed, and it was a new school, whatever. So I'm in computer class, and I'd actually been having like really intense bladder problems, and I didn't know why, and we were like going to urgent care, and we had a bunch of doctor's appointments for me and stuff, but at the time we didn't know what was wrong, and my body basically just like wasn't telling me, hey, you have to go to the bathroom, like you have to go pee now. It was basically just felt like I always had to go, and so I'd literally go all the time, like every freaking 2 minutes, but nothing would come out, and it would just be the most painful situation ever. Like, the reason, like, it became painful, that's why we involved doctors, of course, but, so I'm just, like, sitting there, my body's, like, you know, not telling me it has to pee, telling me it has to pee, but it doesn't, and whatever, and I had, like, just went to the bathroom, like, you know what I mean, like, I had emptied my bladder, I made sure I did not have a full bladder, and I was just sitting, I mean, you guys obviously know where this is going, but I was just sitting there, and literally, like, I just let myself piss everywhere. Like, there was no push or stop. There was no faster or slow. Like, it was just, I'm peeing. And I was in a dress that day. Yes, a fucking dress. I don't know who wears a dress to school, but I was wearing one. And, you know, I knew, like, I was sitting in this computer chair, and I, like, felt so disgusting, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do something before the bell rings. So I, like, raised my hand, and the teacher came over, and I was, like, whispered in her ear, and I was like, I have bladder problems, and I just had an accident in my seat, and I was just wondering, like, if you have a jacket or any, like, cover or towel or anything, like, I can wrap around my waist to get out of here with. And she was like, 1 second. And then, so I'm just, like, sitting there, you know, itching to death in my piss, and hoping no one smells or notices it. Like, I was mortified. And she's just, like, rushing around the classroom. Like, no one notices because they're doing their computer work. She's, like, rushing around the classroom, checking all her closets and everything. And she comes back to me and she's like, okay, I looked everywhere and I don't have anything, but I got a plan. And I'm like, oh my god, okay, you know. She's like, just roll out of here. Because I was, like, in, you know, a computer rolly chair. And I was like, what? And she's like, just sit in the chair and just roll yourself out. So I literally just, like, scooted myself out of the computer room and, like, got up and ran down the hall and went to the bathroom and cleaned myself up and, like, called my mom, and she came and got me. And I ended up, like, I was so mortified to see that teacher, and I ended up, like, bringing her a card, like, thanking her and letting her know, like, how, you know, appreciative I was that she did that, because it was not something she signed up for to do, like, to be in her job description when she decided to be a teacher, and I just felt awful. And so, yeah, anyway, random fact number, that was 9, I think, so number 10, this also happened my freshman year. I had, like, a shit ton of health problems, obviously, but I would, like, black out, and we didn't know why. I kind of had, like, heart palpitations and, like, a slight case of anemia, an iron deficiency, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm, like, in the middle of trying out for, what was it? Cross country, like, my freshman year, trying out. We're on the football field with, like, half of the fucking high school, and we are doing, like, drills back and forth the entire length of the football field, and we're doing it in a group, in lines, and I'm in, like, the back of the line in the middle of the group, and I remember telling my friend, like, I don't feel right, like, I'm gonna black out, and he was like, no, you're gonna feel really lightheaded at first, you're really used to it, you'll be fine. I'm like, no, I've blacked out before, I know what this feels like, it's gonna happen. And they all, like, took off doing knee highs, and I knew, it was, like, my vision started getting splotchy, and my ears started ringing, so I sat down and put my head in between my knees, and I woke up to the coach, like, belligerently screaming in my face, like, just screaming at me, what are you doing, are you okay, what? And I'm just, like, I remember, like, whenever I come to, like, my ears ring back in, kind of like they ring out, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but, like, my hearing comes back slowly with ringing, and I'm like, I can't hear you. I remember just, like, telling him, I can't hear you, like, stop yelling. And finally he was like, my hearing came, and he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, you know, I need to go to the medic or whatever. So I went there, and they, like, gave me a granola bar, and I was fine. But super embarrassing. And random fact number 11, I am Indian. Like, that's, like, the most prominent bloodline in me. Indian, German, and England, like, Irish, that's about it. A little bit of Dutch, but mostly Indian. And I have no idea what tribe, unfortunately. So random fact number 12. I only mentioned this because Manny, like, mentioned that he had, like, a little black book, and by little black book, I mean literally writing people's name down and saying who they are and what sexual things you did with them. And my ex, I, like, found his when I was probably, like, 14 or 15. I found his we had been together for, like, a year at this point, and I found his little black book, and I burned it. That's right, bitches. I went right outside of the burn trash, and I fucking burned that motherfucker. Who the hell are you to keep tabs on your sexual encounters? Like, I'm not judging Manny, but I'm totally judging my ex. Like, I love Manny, you know, that might have just been his total, like, you know, just for him to remember, or for him to, like, seem, you know, so he doesn't get out of control, or maybe he had a limit. My ex did not, let me tell you. He had pages filled up, and I asked like a couple girls about it back then because, you know, I was like all into that drama and shit. And they had said that they definitely didn't sleep together as many times as he had wrote in the book, so I just thought that was... Okay. Random fact 13. I've only had stitches once, and I got them in my ankle, my left one, when I was 7. It's in like the little shape of a J. I'm not gonna like stick my ankle up here and try to show you guys because it's not gonna be fun. But basically I was like trying to get the Halloween candy, and it was on a dresser, and the bed was butted up to the dresser, and I was too short, so I knew if I climbed on the bed I could get to the candy. Thus I did, and I was on the bed when my mom came to like take me off, and when she did, I like kicked my legs like this, and there was a bunch of picture frames. Like my mom was redoing all of our walls in our house, and like all of her picture frames were on her bed. And yep, broke one and sliced my ankle right open. I remember my mom got me a popsicle, and she got me blue, and I didn't fucking want blue, and I was like 7, and I had never told my mom, like, you know, off, basically. Like I never told her, like I never corrected her or anything, and I remember like this being the first time I ever remember correcting her, and I was like, no, I want a pink one, and she went right back and switched out the blue for the pink one, and I didn't get in trouble. And yeah, that was just like a really liberating moment in my 7-year-old life. Okay, so random fact number 14. I cannot stand the song Shake That by Metro Station. Do not play it around me. Like, it gives me the most uncomfortable, cringing feeling. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know why, but don't fucking play it around me. Oh my god, I hate it. Any other song by them, no problem, but don't play Metro Station Shake That. So, random fact number 15. So I actually have a scar in my eyebrow, and I don't know if you guys can see it because I try to fill it in, obviously, but when I don't have makeup on, you can probably see it a lot better. I will, like, put a picture up in this video. So that you can see what it looks like without makeup up close, so you can see like the actual scarage, because some people say that they can't see it, whatever, I don't know. It's there. What it came from is whenever I was I think I was in like kindergarten or first grade, my stepdad, who we lived with, was a roofer, and you know, he would bring back all these like tools, and he didn't work with the most sanitary crew, I guess, and he actually ended up getting the rash called, okay, I literally cannot think of what the rash is called. It's something that you can only get if you've already had chicken pox, and it is just like totally blanking, so I will like Google it after this video, and it will be like right here where I'm pointing, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he like got it from someone or something, or like someone used his tool belt or whatever and had it, like, and I had already had chicken pox, and so did he. Well, he got it on his back, and I don't know how I freaking got it on my eye, but I did, and it was literally like right here around my eye, and it's like one of the most painful rashes. It was so painful, and there was just like one specific sore. Like, this all cleared up pretty quickly because we got like me medicated immediately, but this one like sore, I guess because it was in my eyebrow, and it like took time to heal, and I was like a little kid, and I just like always picked at it like constantly. I didn't know it was going to give me a scar, and I'd never have had like acne or bumps or any kind of like anything, and I guess I was just kind of like interested to like have something to pick at, and I totally like created a scar in my eyebrow from it, but I'm not mad because it makes me who I am, and yeah. Okay, so random fact number 16. I have 2 tattoos, 3 piercings, and I'm getting ready to be 4. So I have this chest tattoo, which you guys can't see on camera, but it says I have so much of you in my heart. And then I have a spine tattoo. I'll link a picture real quick. and it's just like 6 daisies up my spine. And then I have my belly button, my ears, and my nipples, and I'm getting ready to get my tongue pierced on the 14th, I think the appointment is. Super, super, super excited to get my tongue pierced. Yeah, my mom used to have her labrae and her tongue pierced, and I wanted a lip piercing or like a smiley, but I just figured I'll just settle for the tongue piercing. Random fact number 17. I have never flown on an airplane. I am 19 years old, and I've never even been to an airport. Like, I don't know, that was just, my family never traveled. Like, no one in my family has ever went anywhere. It's just not something that anyone's ever done, and I think that's why I want to see so much of the world so bad. I'm actually going to Cali in November. Random fact number 19. I'm a Leo. Like I just said, I'm 19 years old. I turned 19 in August 11th, so I'm a Leo. It's a fire sign. The things that I can think of a Leo, like right off the bat, is that they're confident, cocky, like really outgoing, and leaders. Like they always have to lead and be in charge and things like that. They're very like, they don't show, like, their pride, you know what I mean? Like, they're literally like a lion, you know what I mean? But, okay, so random fact number 20 was, that this is totally pretty much irrelevant at this point in the video. I feel like it's not as interesting as all the other facts. But I read the entire series, there's 13 books, when I was in the 4th grade, yes, 4th and 5th grade, I think, but I read all 13 books of the series of Unfortunate Events. I know what you're thinking, there's a movie, and you've seen the movie. If you haven't read the fucking book, don't fucking talk to me. The book is way better, and 2 through 13, which, don't quote me on 13, there's like 12 to 14, I think, you know what I mean, but I'm just guessing, going with 13. 2 through 13 is just all different stories. Like, the first one is purely based off the movie, and they should make 13 other movies based off every single other book because they are so good. I loved them. So to be in 4th grade and to like have that much drive to read like a whole series that no one ever like was hyped into was just like a big thing to me. And I guess, like, since that was kind of like a lame fact and one just came to me, I will tell you that I made it all the way to the spelling bee in the 8th grade one time, and the first, like, when I got to the major, like, stage, like, the very first word I got was tomorrow, and I spelled it wrong. Tomorrow. Fucking tomorrow. I will never spell that word wrong again in my life. And it was only because I was nervous, not because I didn't know how to spell the word. I knew very, very much then how to spell the word. And then I had to sit through the whole fucking rest of the spelling bee. The whole thing. And see who won. When I was out on the first word. Complete bullshit. Anyways, thank you Manny MUA and Desi Perkins for inspiring this 20 random facts about me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I've been like rambling like crazy. Hopefully I'll be able to, edit some of this out. But until next time, I'll see you guys later for a look. Thanks, and bye!